formula has changed, but for the better. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'll be revisiting this P.Louise cancelled palette and basically doing another look for y'all. Stay tuned as I jump right into that. So if you have not seen the P.Louise palette, this is basically what the cover looks like, and these are the lovely shades that I will be going in once again in this palette. But for today's look, I'll definitely be doing a cut crease look. I will also be taking these paints as well to create my cut crease in today's look. First things first, I'm going to take my Anastasia eye primer, and this is what it looks like. The first color I'm going to take is the shade right here called Ranting. And as you can see, P.Louise eyeshadows are forever pigmented, so you can just see from that one tap I just placed on my lid already. And I'm just placing this shadow right here. The next shade I'm taking right here is called Elite. And I'm just putting this on top of the previous shade, so it have more of a seamless blend, just like so. I'm gonna take my Cinema Secrets then right now I'm gonna just take my wipes and just finish up the cleanup and be right back. So this is basically the brush right here that I'm gonna use. You notice it's very flat, and this brush does come with the paints. As I said previously, I do love the fact that her brushes do work perfectly with her bases. So as I said, I'm going right in with this paint. And you can see how white this base is looking. It is not as bad as when I'm trying to use it for a fine line, but it does have that tacky finish. Taking this shade right here called Tacky. So I've placed that color down. I'm just showing you guys that this palette does have a lot of kickback. I'm going to take the shade called Headline, which is a shimmer shade. And this is just so I can dabble with the shimmers to show you guys how it performs. And I have not added any adhesive on my eyelids when applying the shimmer shade. The last shade I'm going to take is the shade called Drama, and that's that nice white shade right there. Just turning over my brush. I'm going to take the black paint. I'm taking my P.Louise brush. Now that I've completed my eye look, I'm gonna do the rest of my face and be right back. Okay guys, we've now reached the end of this part of my tutorial. I thought what better thing to end this video since we are heading to Black Friday weekend. If y'all are interested in any P.Louise products, I could let you guys know what are the best picks to choose from her 70% off that she will have starting on Sunday, which is today. So that is when her 70% would start. So I thought this would be a great accent to this video to let you guys in on what are the best P.Louise products you can pick up from her collection. So first things first, this palette right here, I'm in love with it. Like legit in love with it. When it comes to color and a splash of neutral colors, it's right here. It's right here. This palette is full of pigmented shadows. When I mean like one dab and it's on, I mean like one dab and the shadow is there. There's no need to add no extra adhesive. Even to her shimmer shadows are super pigmented. Like I do have a video using this palette. I think I have 2 or probably 3 or 4 videos using this palette, and you can see how pigmented her. Look at this color, for example. Look at this swatch. Like, stunning. And that is just one swipe. If you're a person that loves color and a splash of neutral colors, this palette is for you. You don't need to buy any other palette from any other brand. This palette is for you. This palette is priced at £40, and imagine if it's, well, she's having up to 70%. So imagine this at around 50 to 70% off. Like, imagine that. The P.Louise Worldie palette would be my #1 recommend. You guys can definitely check out my last video using this cancelled palette. You can see this palette is super pigmented. I did a previous video without using a lot of bases underneath, and you can see how the shadows stands on its own. If you are a person that loves neutral shadows and you are looking for something super pigmented, this palette is priced at £43. So imagine sales up to 70% off starting today. Just showed you guys a look using these shadows. You can see how pigmented the shadows are on my eyes currently. Like, stunning. The white is super white. The black, like, look at that black right there. The black is super black as well. Look at these shadows. Like, look at another shadow right there. So you guys can see me swatching. Like, look at that. Let's go to the white one. Look at that. The only downside to this palette is that it has fallout. If you are not a person that cares for fallout, 100% recommend this, especially with a whopping up to 70% off on her palette. That would be the second recommendation. The third recommendation would be her base. You have a choice between these type of bases from P.Louise. I do have numbers 3, 4, 7, 8, and 9. But you guys, these bases are really good. Really good. And they're priced at £10. So you can imagine how much it would be on discount for up to 70% off. Well, these are basically some of the ones that I do have currently. And this was the old packaging. So you know I'm an OG. And this is one of the latest ones that I do have, and this one is in number 6. As I said, I do have 7 and 9, but those are in my makeup kit for my clients. The next bases that I would recommend 100% are these P.Louise crisp finish paints. I think in all, P.Louise has 15 crisp finish paints. 15 crisp finish. And out of the 15, I highly recommend these 10 bases, right? I highly recommend these 10 bases. I did state that in my previous video. Paints come with matching brushes as a set. So the first one I'm starting with is Hot Smoke, Flaming Firecracker, Blank Canvas, Raver, Glow Girl, Ecstasy, Salty AF, Nitro, Feed Black, and last but not least, Sexy Chili. And the good thing about these, you see, as exactly how you're seeing the packaging is exactly how your color would be when you open the product. For example, this is the shade called Sexy Chili, and I'm opening the base and you can see the same color as the packaging. This is the firecracker, and then you have the matching brush. And even though you're seeing me with a lot of paints, I did not purchase all of these for £18 because she always has good deals. So basically, this is my top picks for the P.Louise products that I would 100% recommend you guys to pick up starting today. Up to 70% off on all P.Louise. We've now reached the end of my video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope you guys do end up taking up at least one item